This is my 2015 WRX STi. And there's really only one thing I dislike about it. It doesn't have Apple CarPlay. It drives me nuts. If you have an Impreza, a Forester, a WRX, or a WRX STi, this video is for you. We're gonna fix that because inside this box is a big old 9-inch screen that's gonna be easy to install and get us Apple CarPlay. This was a failed question mark attempt for an Instagram video. If you wanna follow Karma Speed and stuff going on, new products and such for your car to make it better, don't miss out. If you're excited for what's in this box, but you might have any doubts about if you can install it or not, I'm gonna tell you by the end of this video, you 100% will. You'll know everything you need to know up here, tool-wise, and have the confidence to do it because that's what we're all about here at Karma Speed. And this is even a plug-and-play system, but there is one thing you need to pay very close attention to before you order it. Wherever or whenever you order one of these head units, it's coming all the way from China. And why I tell you that is because shipping is not cheap. You're gonna pay for it no matter where you order it from. And those people in China have a company called iDoing, and they are the go-to for the Subaru platforms that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. There's nothing better than a plug-and-play system all-in-one with a 9-inch display to just solve our problems simply. It has the bezel and everything that fits the interior. It's great. It's everything you need. If you're asking yourself, how much does this upgrade cost, Cam? Well, it's a pretty penny. It's not terribly expensive, all things considered, with it being an interior piece and such. But there are prices that vary online, and there is a shipping fee you can't get away from because it's DHL air shipping from China. With the link in the description, our price includes shipping, so what you see is the final number. If you see it cheaper somewhere else, it adds shipping at the end, and it's just like, this is a pain. So if you want the smoothest, best sport compact website for your sport compact vehicles, head over to karmaspeed.com in the description. I have it linked below. So first thing you're gonna see is a bunch of wires. Oh, they even include a plastic pry tool. That's amazing. Then we have the little special something we'll talk about, and the actual unit. Simple enough. Let's go ahead and undo this first. I wanted to do this upgrade for so long. I don't know why I waited this long. First thing, this is really small. This is pretty lightweight. A lot of head units are big, chunky, heavy, and this will be easy to maneuver in there. I'll set this down. We'll show you up close in a little bit. There are some things we're not gonna do. This is a 5G or at least LTE antenna. This would go in the pillar, so you'd have to snake the wire all the way up to the pillar. I don't wanna add something to my phone bill. Not gonna do that. Non-marring plastic pry tools. That's amazing. You don't even have to go and buy any specialty tools. So if you've never worked on a car before and you just want Apple CarPlay, you can do everything right here. I know we're gonna need some simple screwdrivers and such. If you have a 2015 like I do, this is especially easy. Oh no, all these wires, plug and play, baby. Don't even worry about it. If you want to use the GPS software in the head unit and you're not planning on using your phone, this is a GPS antenna. You could put this on your dash. You got all these cables you don't need to worry about. It's going to be very straightforward, and we'll show you each one that we plug in once we get to it. This is the special part. A couple different things in here. Here's our microphone, so you can talk on the phone. That will hook up. Another part of the wiring. Earlier on, I mentioned something you don't want to mess up, and that's choosing if you have the Harman Kardon system or not. The Harman Kardon system is an upgraded sound system from factory that has Harman Kardon brand speakers. And if you have that, you need this. This is the CAN bus decoder for the Harman Kardon system cars. So if you don't have that, don't worry about it. I can tell in my car, at least by the front door speakers, it says Harman Kardon, and that means that I need this. And so the computer communicates with itself through a language called CAN bus. That's how the modules talk to each other. All the wires are tied to each other. It's communicating through CAN bus is what it's called. And I need the decoder for it to work on my car without it throwing any type of weird lights or warnings and having all the functionality of my car that it normally does. So make sure, please, when you order it with the link in the description, that you select the proper one to avoid any heartache. If you did mess up and you needed this, we can send it to you separate. Just shoot us an email on the support email at the bottom of the website and we'll take care of you, but might as well knock it out first try so that you don't have any problems, and making sure you verify before you order it that you do or do not have the Harman Kardon system. If you're 100% confident you have a base model, don't worry about it. If you have a limited model or mid-tier or anything like that, just double check. first step is grabbing back here and pulling up gently. This is the just grossest part of it. You feel like you're breaking it. So once you kind of get this up, then you can stick your pry tool and you're gonna want to separate right here. It's gonna pop out. Now this will relax and come out. Disconnect the wire or the display above. Using a screwdriver, I was able to pinpoint some better pressure on the plug for the hazard, because you just press on the top. And I'm gonna rotate this to get to the bottom plug. The best way to get the gray plug on the bottom is to stick your plastic tool, press on the tab, and then pull this out. This is a little loose because I had this apart when I was chasing down a problem about 2 months ago, and I haven't driven this car too much since, and now I'm getting ready to drive it regularly. But the next part is removing these screws that hold in the radio. You're gonna have 4. I only have 2 in here. Then you can get to the back and just have a heyday unclipping. All the tabs are up top, really easy to get to, and only takes a couple seconds. There's a bottom ground wire, has some sort of tab on it, and this is free. The next step is to remove the air vents. On the stock bezel from the back, you can push out your hazard light and your control button. My bezel is totally cracking in some places because the sun has totally gotten to it over the years. You can see right here, this has a tab that was totally stuck in it, but this is still good. There's a spot here you pry up on here, and then on the top as well. The top is totally broken. And I'm just gonna try and lift this one out. There it goes. This is not how it's supposed to work, but there's new tabs in the new one. That's still good. The last thing I need to do is get the hazard light out of here safely. So how this one works is you're gonna pinch on both sides and then it'll push it through. Unfortunately, this OEM carbon bezel is going in the trash. Here's the new one. Both of those press in perfectly. Awesome. For the vents, if you notice these, for the wheel to control airflow, that will tell you which side they can go on. Make sure all 4 tabs are lined up. First one, totally functional. It presses in there pretty slow and it's a little bit stiff, so just be careful. If you're getting nervous, it's definitely smooth to press the top in first and then press the bottom. Verify that all the tabs are in place. Awesome. I'm gonna familiarize myself with the wires back here. CAN bus decoder. To have the best possible audio, I want to hook up this microphone. It's getting busy. We have the AC controls we need to hook back up also. And to do this at the level that I want to have the USB for the Apple CarPlay in the center console. There's already a USB plug there, so I want to figure out where that goes. Probably won't be able to use it, but there is a product on Amazon that we're going to use here soon that will be super slick, and instead of having a wire here or there, anywhere flopping around, it will be like factory and be plugged in right here. The cord will come out of the center console, and then you can put the phone wherever you want. I usually throw it in the cup holder, up here, sometimes on the ground. So to prep for that, we need to make all this clear, and then we're gonna run a microphone up here. So the first thing to do is clear out your center console, and then there's 2 Phillips head screws in here. Next thing we're gonna do is pull up this bezel around the e-brake. Just pull up. So I grabbed from behind here, pulled it up. Now this screw right here is exposed, which we can remove. Pull it up gently, and now we have access we need. Once the center console's up, you can lift up this piece of trim, and we're just gonna slide it loose out of the way. Now I can see through here, and we can snake this slick cable that's coming in the mail through here to get a USB port for Apple CarPlay in there. The next thing we need to work on is the microphone to get to that pillar. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull off this molding here, get it out of our way. Grab this pry tool, pop this side open, pull this back, take out this screw right here. This can dangle out of the way. Let's see what we can do before we go any further. So let's talk about ideal placement. So the mount that comes with it is meant for like a visor. It's probably really good audio, but I just do not like that. So let's do our own. So this thing's on a little ball head There's the mic itself. Pull it out of there and leave this on. I pull this back a little bit. Let's go from this side. To me, from a driver perspective, this is as good as it's gonna get. It's stable, it's not gonna shake a lot, and it looks as minimal as it can. All I have to worry about now is taking care of this wire, which I will walk it down. Well, that's good. That wire is ran. It's in the way of anything. Doesn't look like it. Actually got this even a little cleaner. This is good. Only the tiniest little change in fitment right there. That's fine. This comes in the kit, which is going to connect to the microphone cable. So we can go ahead and clip this together. I'm gonna take one of these twist ties that came with the kit. You could use a zip tie, but this cord is not big at all. Tie that together, and that can chill right there. That'll be ready to go. Another cable you can prep is there's this weird plug with the one prong in it, and then a opposite one adapter that comes with the kit for the radio antenna. Right here, this is what it looks like. You can go ahead and plug it into this one clip that's attached to the green. You're not even gonna use this green, but that'll be ready to go. You're gonna use most of these factory clips right there. This kit does come with a one single plug in the back of the radio to a dual female USB. I honestly don't have a use for that. I don't want to have more cables than I need, so I'm not going to use this. If you had an aftermarket sound system all around, you would use this adapter. This includes front speakers, auxiliary. This is also a different backup. Don't need these custom radio stuff. This is all plug and play we're doing, so not going to use these. So that makes 3 things we're not going to use. I'm not sure what car this is for, but I do not need it on mine. And these, I'm not sure what these are. I already checked. I don't need these either. 5 things we don't need. The 6th thing for peace of mind I don't need is this guy. You plug this in and this holds a SIM card. So I don't plan on having its own service or internet. I'll just connect to my hotspot on my phone and we'll be good. So I don't need this either. This is the last major thing. Female to the purple plug. As you can see on this, it says CarLink. This is the only one that works with Apple CarPlay. So what I want to do to prep for my fanciness, and I'm excited to show you, is run the female side down. So here we go. Female side right here, plug for the deck. I'm gonna leave all this loose and we're gonna continue the radio install. Everything here to install the deck is ready to go. The only thing I need to do now before installing the deck is putting back my AC controls. There's 2 tabs up top. It just pops in like that, holds it sturdy, and then we're gonna have 4 screws to hold this in. They only had brass at Ace Hardware. Like I said earlier, I'm missing the factory ones, so that yours will be silver. You don't need to go buy hardware. It's from a previous problem I was chasing down behind the dash. I never put it back. Make sure you plug in your CAN bus decoder. If you have that, rad, we're ready to go. I'm gonna bring this purple towel with me and just drape it over right here so nothing gets scratched. This is gonna be very tight and hard to see. Plug that in. Mic plugged. These are all different pin sizes, so only one works. Radio, CarLink. This one right there clips in good. Don't need that. AC controls, I'll plug that in down at the bottom. Clips in there. That one goes there, but there's one below it. Plug this in first. This one's kind of tight. That's plugged in. I think that's it that I need. Oh, I am going to install the GPS antenna. Now, I'll always use Apple CarPlay, but I am a person that will take a little bit of advantage every time I can when it comes to logistics with driving and getting places and such. Let's screw that GPS antenna on. Took the 3M. I'm just gonna glue it to the back in there. Probably will never use it, but it would be good to have GPS connection if my phone didn't work for some reason or it died and I needed to get to home or something. So that's the only post there I need to use, and we can go ahead and press this in a little bit, halfway, because we gotta plug these in. I pulled it back out just to make sure, but I'm lining up this tab with this Get the air vents tucked accordingly. Push up a little bit. Keep these down. There it goes. This left side didn't want to pop in, but now it's firm in there. Ah, that's so exciting. This is good fitment. This works. Nice, 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 nice. That fits really snug. For the grand finale, the absolute finesse detail that I'm gonna do, before we do that, let me just make sure the Apple CarPlay works. If it does, Amazon will show up and we'll finish our last piece and show off the whole UI. Please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. Yes. Yeah, it works. Let's go. Package has arrived. So happy we found each other. Yes, indeed. This is pretty cool. So this is a female port that I want to have really clean right here. And this will work with Apple CarPlay, and we'll run it underneath this. So I was able to get this out of the car. You saw how we had it earlier. All I had to do was disconnect these, move some wires, pretty straightforward. I had to use a little bit stiffer of a pry tool for these to really get in the crevices, but all straightforward, and you can do it. I have a more extensive kit of pry tools in my Amazon list in the description that I always have there. So what I want to see is, will this? It will. That's amazing. Okay, so that will fit there. So I need to start dremeling that out right there. Well, let's make this easy on ourselves. Remember, this is the overkill part of the episode, so don't feel like you have to go this extent if you don't have these tools. It's all plug and play, and you can have your wire wherever you want it. That's gonna be pretty easy. This is a Dremel. Let's see how this tip does. Not very good. That should do it. There's definitely better options out there, but I don't have any. Alright, first hole. Not big enough. There you have it, folks. I wanted it to just sneak right up next to the other one. Now my iPhone cable will plug in right here. Now let's take this cable that's routed here. That's all happy in place. Connect it to this cable. Leave that loose for now. Everything's put back the way it was. Pull our handbrake piece back up. Screw that goes right there. One that goes here. Another one there. This will be pushed back at the end. Before we get too carried away, let's make sure our adapter works, which I know it will. Sweet. Little piece is the last part that will stay closed like that. Need to get a new one of these, and that is it. How exciting. Let's dive into the satisfaction of getting to use this. When you turn on the radio, you get here. Go to settings. First thing you should do is go to general, scroll down to steering wheel settings. Here's where you can program any button to do anything, and here are all your options. It's amazing. So you're gonna hold the button on the steering wheel. So like if you wanna do volume up, you're gonna physically hold the button on volume up, then select the one that you wanna program it to. I already programmed all of mine. It's super straightforward, and it's cool because the button I would normally use for text to speech or speak to command something that I'd never use in the Subaru like platform. I would just use Siri in a normal situation. Now I have that programmed to be a mute button on the left side of my steering wheel, so that's super cool. So if you go back at the home screen, you have right away your equalizer. You can set it up however you want your car to sound, which is cool. If we go home again, this is like some movie program, never gonna use that. You have your FM, AM radio, and that just reminded me why I'm never gonna use that. If you swipe over, you can program any app here. I have YouTube already, pretty cool. This button in the middle opens all the apps. So if you go to the Play Store, log into your Google account, of course. This is an Android device, so you can download YouTube TV, you can download Spotify. You can treat this basically as a separate device. Obviously, most of you are going to use them for Apple CarPlay, but a couple cool things you can do: connect your hotspot to it like I do. On my home screen, you can personalize. I have my Apple CarPlay button, which has everything that you're already aware of. If we go back to home, one thing we can't do on Apple CarPlay, which is why you would get this upgrade, even if your car does have Apple CarPlay, you get an Android device, so you could do something like this. YouTube right there, connected to your mobile hotspot. Now you're cruising on a road trip, you can pull up your favorite podcast, anything you want to do. And in that Play Store, I mean, you could do Amazon Prime movies and such. I even downloaded Google Calendar, so if I wanted to reference something, not that I couldn't do it on my phone, but I don't know, if I'm driving around, I have my internet connected already, I just kind of want to look what's going on, I can pull up my Google Calendar, which is super cool. And of course, you could change the background, do all kinds of things, dive through all the settings. There's a bunch of stuff going on here. Nothing worth sharing in this video. But that gives you a basic overview of what you can get and what everything looks like. And this is just what you're waiting for, the beautiful Apple CarPlay display. Just realized that whole time I hadn't taken this off yet. Now we have some real clarity. If you enjoyed this video and you like Subaru content, check out this video right here. You might be sleeping on it a little bit. Editor Justin and I go to Texas to buy a Focus RS. We're gonna be putting these cars head to head. STi, Focus RS. Might as well get caught up. Appreciate you.